Welcome everyone to another Cheski Plays, Kentucky Route Zero. We are still looking for Dr. Truman. We are inside of a museum that has a lot of relocated residents in it, although it appears that we may have not come fully out of the last dimension, because all of the text is staticky and shaking, and it appears that people are observing us when we're not actually there to them. It's kind of tricky. But let's head up into the elevator. Looks like the only remaining place left to go. Well, hopefully Blue doesn't mind. I'm sure my dog would freak out if I stuck her in an elevator. Attention to detail on this is great. Going outside. I need that umbrella after all. Alright, infamous question, left or right? Was that a giant bird that just flew by? We were working in the greenhouse, and I saw them come up in the elevator. They were lost, obviously. It was obvious. Starting to wonder if we're a bunch of miniatures at this point. Oh, of course. I saw them looking at the odd-shaped building. The rounded metal one. Yeah, that one. House of the future sort of thing. I've always thought it looked more like a grain bin. Actually, I guess it's sort of romantic. Anyway, they seemed interested in it. Tired, huddling under their umbrellas, they still stopped to examine this strange building. Just keep going around. Uh-oh. Got the sailboat and somebody's on it. Difficult to see or even hear a storm like that, but I was awake and alert, studying the week's forecast. It should even out shortly, I'd say. Did you talk to them? Yes, we had a short conversation. The young woman heard my radio crackling from the cabin and asked about it. The old man was a bit disoriented. Disoriented how? He asked the most inane questions about my boat, whether I took it out fishing often, nonsense like that. I tried to explain to him that I lived abroad, and that I'd lived in a small apartment on this land before, and had been kindly offered an opportunity to live here, in a sailboat when the neighborhood was raised, and so on. Difficult to communicate in a noisy storm like that. I think he may have been a bit hard of hearing to boot. Well, then they had to leave. Looking for a doctor, I think. The old man was having a bad time. It was a short conversation. I'll just keep making the rounds. There's the greenhouse, it looks like. Flora was playing down on the lower level, and we'd been having a glass of wine in the greenhouse. We ducked out of the way when he came in. After all, they were complete strangers. We didn't know them. Did they seem dangerous? No, nothing dangerous about them. But you just can't know, can you? How could you? Well, I heard the young woman ask her friend about his job. He's some kind of furniture collector or dealer, I think. It didn't sound like things were going well. Maybe they were here looking for a buyer. Yes, definitely some kind of furniture collector or dealer. I heard him talking about antiques. And now we have someone else to speak with. Ezra. I saw you folks drive up. I like your truck. What kind of truck is that? Now this is an actual person that Conway's getting ready to answer, or maybe Shannon. It doesn't belong to me. I just drive it. Yeah? I knew you were a driver. What's the biggest haul you ever did? I moved a pool table once in that same truck. Me and Julian move whole houses every night. That's a lot bigger than a pool table. That sounds very impressive. Yeah, it's a big job. Me and Julian take them out to the forest every night, and then we bring them back at dawn, before the museum opens. Is Dr. Truman in the forest? Yes, ma'am. He's out in the forest. Me and Julian took him back out there a few nights ago, and he didn't want to come back. He lives there all the time now. This museum is an okay place to live in the daytime, but it's no good at night. Folks just can't sleep in a place like this. Or when they do, it gives them nightmares. So we take them out to the forest to sleep. Then we bring them back in the morning. I'm getting pretty tired myself. He hurt his leg. We're looking for Dr. Truman to help him out. Can you tell us how to get there? You have to follow the Green River way out east, and then hop over Lake Cumberland. The roads don't go there. But me and Julian can take you. We were just about to go anyway. I've just got to call him over. Cook-up, cook-up. Hi-ya! And Julian is the bird. And that's what we saw flying around in the background. Cheski was right. Whoa. Okay, so now... Wow, this is awesome. Like I said, the perspective keeps changing. I guess I'm controlling? It's the Green River. Let's just double check this because I don't want to get lost here. You have to follow the Green River way out east and then hop over Lake Cumberland. Alright, so we actually do have directions here. So we're going to attempt. Alright. Following the Green River way out east. Small figure, huh? Let's just see what it is, since we're on our way. A tiny gray figure walks along the side of the road, carrying what appears to be a guitar case. He is followed closely by a smaller shape, a dog. Must have been that guitar player from earlier. Well, if you suffer from vertigo, I apologize. Alright, so we're following this river back out here. The Green River. Just a few simple lines representing that bird. Julian. Alright, this should be the lake that we need to hop over. A shadowy figure drags itself out of the lake, stuffs its limbs into a smart blue shirt, and trudges slackly out of view. I wonder if that was Dr. Truman. Alright, how do we set down? And we need to keep following the river? Looks like it's ending, so maybe we actually can't. Alright, we'll head back to what appears to be the lake. Cumberland. Okay. Alright, so we actually need to go back this way. Did see another lake over this way. There we are. Swamp. From a distance, from the air, it first looks like a swamp. Vines have grown over the street lamps. Flower bushes obscure the streets, and a few of the houses have slipped partially into the ground. Foundations cracked by the underground roots. Okay, so we are at Lake Cumberland now. Looks like we need to find forest around here. I'm just gonna keep following the lake. Oh, it looks like we have a forest over here. And here we are.